Welcome. Today, we're going to be practicing a Kundalini yoga that is centered around the enneagram system, and particularly type 9. So even if we are aware of the enneagram type that we primarily are, we always carry the other numbers and the types within our system. So within our experience, within our personality, and within our physical body. So the 9 type is also nicknamed the peacemaker, the mediator. And so as we're practicing today, look inward and notice the aspects of ourselves in here in this moment that relate to these archetypes. So sometimes type 9s will be able to, or will be carrying aspects of their life that perhaps they don't want to deal with in that moment. So if you're carrying any residual anger, residual sadness, or any other emotions or sensations that are no longer serving you in this present moment, we'll be able to take attention to that. Also, anytime throughout the practice, if you notice in your physical body or your emotional body that you need to take a break, go for it. So we are going to be moving the energies rather energetically. So take space for yourself and always bring in elements to the practice that are going to suit you and make you comfortable here, because it is your practice. And so in this, we are going to find a moment just here at the beginning to notice what we're carrying onto the mat and into this practice, as well as to tune in with each other and the long line of teachers who have practiced this before us. So I would ask that once you find all your props and all the things that you need to make this practice perfect for you, then we're going to find an easy seat, whether in our cross-legged position or in a chair. Once we find that seat, then we're going to bring our palms together. We're going to begin to create some heat, noticing the palms and the hands, and then bringing them to our center space to rest against our heart, thumbs pressing into our thymus gland. We're going to be chanting the Adi mantra here at the beginning. Simply tune in with yourselves. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath, noticing how it feels to take full body breath, holding in that space. And exhale, release all the air, finding strength in the spine as we reach the crown up towards the sky. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Third inhale to tune in. Om Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale deeply, suspend the breath at the top. And exhale. Wonderful work. So right away here, we're going to come to lay on our back. Finding limbs out long. Notice how you're feeling already. Taking any energy that we've brought with us in this practice and simply allowing it to be exactly how it is. Our first pose is stretch pose. So we're going to be laying on our back in a breath of fire movement of breath. So we're working against gravity here. So we're going to notice that chronic pump that's going to be happening with our inhales and exhales. They're deep, long breaths, even though they're at a fast tempo. So peek at me if you need to. This is what our breath is going to seem like. Noticing the movement of the belly. And then we're going to add a little bit of resistance against it. So here in our stretch pose, we're going to begin by lifting the legs, flexing the toes, Pointing the toes. They're about 6 inches off the ground or whatever is comfortable for you today in your body. We're also going to lift up the head. The gaze is going to peer straight at the toes, or we're going to have a closed eye, third eye, please. Notice exactly what you need today. Inhale, everything's relaxed. Exhale. Close the eyes if that feels good for you. And inhale. Exhale. Third inhale to lift all the way up and begin. Breath of fire. You will meet your edge here. We're working hard. Stretch pose is amazing for refreshing the body here. Focusing on that chronic pump. You need to release at any time. Continue with your breath. Embrace the shake. Notice the sensations. Almost there. You got this. Inhale, hold the pose, lift, 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 hold the pose and the breath. Exhale, relax everything into the mat. Release the jaw, release the muscles. Breathe normally here. Wonderful work. Allowing the rest to be just as important as the movement. Wiggle the toes, wiggle the fingers. Great work. Now we're going to bring our knees into our chest. And we're going to find this sweet roly-poly kind of movement here. And bringing the knees only as close to the chest as feels comfortable. If you need a lot of space here, then go for it. Just finding a way to connect the lower body to the upper body here. We're going to continue with that breath of fire, but we're going to hold our knees or the backs of our legs into our chest, lifting up our head, nose to knee. And here we're going to breathe in breath of fire. So find first where your lower half needs to be today. Find where your palms are comfortable. And then once you're ready, inhale deeply, maybe closing those eyes again to center in on the third eye. And exhale. Inhale to lift up, breath of fire. You'll feel that chronic belly pumping here. You might feel yourself jumping a little bit with the breath. Long, deep breaths, even though they're fast. Again, if at any time you need to relax the pose, continue with breath of fire. Find your edge here. You got this. Allowing the breath to move through the body, refreshing the energy. Releasing anything that no longer needs to be carried. Almost there. You got this. Inhale. Suspend the breath. Hold the pose. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Holding the breath. And exhale, release everything into the mat. Feel the thud of your feet. Feel the wrists make contact with the earth. Relax the neck, maybe rocking the head side to side. Breathing normally here. Noticing how you feel. Great work. Bringing the knees into the heart space again. We're going to tuck our fingertips behind our legs. And if comfortable, we'll begin to slightly roll back and forth on the spine, checking out if you need to. If this is not comfortable for you, then just hang out, maybe being side to side, relaxing and massaging those internal organs. Your spine, a massage here at this moment, moving the energy that we've cultivated so far. And deepening in our breath. I'm going to play here wherever you are. Then after one more breath cycle, all of us will meet back in our comfortable seat, easy pose. Great work. So through a little bit of organic movement here, coming back into our easy pose, maybe a couple of neck circles, maybe some wrist movements. We're coming into Radiance Charger, which we're going to focus a little bit on the hands for a second. So lifting the palms, we're going to tuck all 4 fingers from the pinky to the pointer into the palm on both hands so that our thumbs are pointed in towards center. Really take notice of the pressure applied from the fingertips into the palms here and really stretch those thumbs out. We're moving mindfully through the arms here. So once you have your mudra, then our arm position is going to be lifted at about 60 degrees, this heart angle here. Thumbs still pointed in towards center. Now already, if we get into this pose, into this seated position, and we can already feel our thighs, our hips, our spine working hard here, then in this lift, mindfully draw your shoulders down and away from the ears. Mindfully move your shoulder blades down the back body and find a beautiful lift through the crown. This breath of fire is going to continue in this pose, and we're going to really draw notice to this pranic pump still while we inhale and exhale deeply at a fast tempo. If you ever need to release the arms, continue with that breath. Again, if it's comfortable for us, we may close our eyes and center in on that third eye point. Inhale deeply to begin. Exhale long. Coming into our pose now. Inhale. Exhale long. Third inhale to begin, breath of fire. Really stretching those arms out, pointing the thumbs, rolling the eyes back. You got this. Notice the sensations of the body, the glandular system. Notice the release of the lymph. There's a lot happening here, even though we're in stillness. We may reach our hypothetical edge. Simply go there. Release anything that we are no longer needing to carry with us. Got this. Keep on going. Lift the arms, you got this. Keep it heavy, you got this. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up. Thumbs come to touch overhead. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Hold the breath at the top. Inhale. And exhale, wiggle the fingers. Release, palms all the way down. Let the breath come to normal. The eyes closed. Notice some sensations in the body. Notice any shapes, any temperature differences. Wonderful work. Tap the palms together into our center. And maybe again, giving the palms a little bit of attention, creating heat, maybe cracking the knuckles if that feels good, moving the palms any way that feels nice for us today. Bringing that mindfulness into center, hands to heart, thumbs to thymus, giving ourselves a sweet moment of neck roll. Connecting to a deep, slow breath. Simply check in here. The spine is reaching up tall. We're creating a nice long line from the bottom of our root all the way up. Now, dropping the shoulders away from the ears. Weight tags into the elbows, tags into the knees. And breathe mindfully here. Thank you for being here. All right, we're going to move to bring our legs out long, coming into a forward seated fold. So right away, notice how the legs are feeling. Check in. Might point, flex the feet times, bring up to the toes, noticing any thoughts or criticisms that come up in this moment, setting them put away. Bounce back the legs into the earth a couple of times. And if you feel any tightness in the legs or in the back today, then find a sweet, generous fold or a bend in these knees when you come into the fold. Everybody is a little bit different every day, so notice. And inhale, lift the fingertips up and overhead, creating a nice, beautiful openness in the front body here. Inhaling deeply. And exhale, begin to fold forward. Come towards the earth, comes towards the feet. And right away, just notice where the fingertips naturally fall. If we are not feeling comfortable going into the full extension of the pose, simply find a moment where our backs can feel a sweet, juicy stretch. Maybe even coming into a sweet dynamic moment, inhaling, lifting the fingertips up, and exhaling, folding, opening up slowly, maybe inhaling, sending a wave up, exhaling, the wave crashes. Or if we're feeling like we need stillness in our day today, say linger here in our fold, wherever we are today, dropping the head, relaxing through the back of the neck. Find what feels right today. Simply being on the mat with yourself in this way is an act of nourishment. It's an act of love. Even if we're not moving vigorously, we are still taking care of the body with mindfulness, with our breath, but simply showing up for ourselves. Take a moment. On your next inhale, we'll lift the fingertips back up, coming through our sweet long-legged feet. And then lower, exhaling back. Lie on our back. All the way down, we find a sweet connection, maybe rocking the knees side to side to relax through the lower back, the lower body. And send the left leg out long. Send the right leg out long. Point and stretch the feet. Then either one at a time, or we can challenge ourselves and bring both legs up. We're going to lift the legs all the way up into the air. See what feels good today. Once we find that sweet reverse in gravity, we're going to just find a moment here, relax through the legs, feel what it feels like for the blood to drain in a separate direction, maybe pedaling in the feet, bending in the legs, whatever feels good. Adding mindfulness into our body, into our day. And once you've had a sweet moment to check in, we're going to bring the left ankle to cross over the right thigh. Peek at me if you need to. Right away here, we're going to begin to feel a stretch in that left hip. Now, threading the needle, bringing our fingertips in to wrap around the right thigh, using our left elbow to press open the left knee. Coming into reclined pigeon or figure 4. Now, finding where our bodies need to be today, perhaps we need a little bit more stretch, so we'll actively pull in the right knee to reach towards the nose. Or if we need a little bit less stretch, we might just gently move here, simply holding our legs here, feeling how it feels already to be in this pose. So finding what feels good today, maybe applying a little bit of pressure, a little bit of a stretch, and simply breathe into the tight spaces. Comfortable for you, you can close your eyes or develop a soft gaze here. Keeping the left foot nice and activated, nice and flexed. Breathing into the hips, back body. We carry a lot in our hips. And for type 9s, that can sometimes be residual emotions and feelings from other parts of our day, other parts of our week, of our experiences, of our lives. So notice what thoughts and storylines pop up here and allow them to be sorted, allow them to be gone through and understood in a way where you can let go of something you don't need anymore. Let go of residual anger, frustration, and small pockets of trauma can be released in these moments. So notice what's coming up here and accept it as this part of you, what you've been carrying. Allow your practice and your breath to refresh and restore. Wonderful work. Inhale. And exhale, begin to unwind, coming out of the pose directly how you got into the pose, coming back to both feet pointed up towards the sky. Maybe tapping the backs of the legs, hips. Wonderful work. All right, right on into the other side now. So we're going to bring our left ankle to cross over our left, or our right ankle over our left thigh. And then coming into our pigeon, reclined on the other side, using our right elbow to press open that thigh, releasing in the hip, noticing how this side may be different. So finding your stretch, your release on this side, breathing deeply, flexing actively through the feet. Maybe finding more stretch by pulling in the left knee towards the nose. Wherever you are today, simply breathe. Find presence. Find release. Find engagement. Wonderful work. Always noticing what comes up here, what thoughts, what memories. Take a deep breath in. And on a long breath out, release everything. And bring the legs all the way down to the earth. We're going to make our way briefly into seated. Find your own way of getting there. Take a moment. Roll through the neck. Maybe making circles with the chest. Inhale, fingertips reach up and overhead. Catch something here at the top and exhale, send down to heart. Inhale, lift the palms up. Exhale, down to heart. And last time, inhale, lift up. Exhale, heart. Now, if we need any other movement today in our practice, any other pose to make ourselves feel like we have really addressed all the natures of ourselves, please do so now. Otherwise, we're going to make our way into the Savasana to end our practice. So finding a way to get there that suits you, whether you want some challenge in your core and you want to roll all the way down to laying down, whatever you like. Find your Savasana for today. Release everything, release the back of the legs, maybe bouncing a couple of times to get out any other energy, any other blockage. And relax through the face, through the neck, through the back, the arms. Release everything that it's holding. to be here for just one final beat. Thank you so much for being here with me. Thank you so much for being here with you. Proud of you for being here and showing up for yourself. Be in Savasana for as long as you like, finding relief and finding presence. Otherwise, we will end our practice with wiggling of the toes, wiggling of the fingers, and coming back through seated. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I wish you well.